I come once again to speak of things pertaining to both your soul and your mind, and your life upon this world of yours, how your reality is crafted by the environment in which you live, the values that you keep, the priorities that you have, and most importantly, the thoughts that you sustain. Humanity is God's most glorious creation upon this planet. It is God's most glorious creation because the individual possesses a soul with all its potentials and possibilities. Yet humanity continues to walk a road that precludes the soul and the possibilities of insight and experience that the soul may provide to the life of each individual. Instead, many continue to experience life, as do many of God's higher creations, creatures upon this world, that relies upon their five senses and their material minds to make sense of what their experience is at any given time. Yes, humanity has superior intellect and the capacity for great memory and deduction. Yet they are not overly superior in these qualities compared to other creatures. This is becoming evident in your research with animals and even your experiences with your pets. As you observe those creatures that are close to you in your life, you realize that they have consciousness and personality and even intelligence. Yet, humanity continues to believe in its superiority and that it is removed from the natural world inasmuch as they are not equal to other creatures upon this world, rather, they are superior and above. This arrogance has created great inequities in the world, allowing humanity to do the things that cause great damage and pain to the natural world. This sense of removal, of detachment and lack of understanding and empathy toward all creatures upon your world continues to cause great havoc with the natural order. There are those cultures in the past who have recognized man's place in the world as another being, cohabitating with others who are of a different creation and consciousness. There was great wisdom and depth of understanding that came with this perspective as all life and creatures were honored and revered. As is in the natural order, humanity must take for themselves what the world has to offer in order to meet their material needs and, in many ways, their spiritual needs. Yet, in your modern societies, there is no honoring of life, rather, a sense of great need, fear, and desire to continue with life within a distorted and self-centered perspective. Although humanity must work together in order to sustain its present way of life, it is not in an altruistic way. Rather, it is with a desire and goal to gain more material comforts and security. Thus, your reality is based on materialism and often a denial of those more sensitive aspects that reside within the individual. Your emotions are rendered down to very basic feelings and reactions to life. Most do not feel any sense of control or true understanding of what a life might bring, even in a material sense. There is a day-by-day response to what life brings to the individual. There is little thought given to the deeper meaning of the gift that God has given, which is a life upon the material plane. Instead, the mind dominates the consciousness of man. The mind with its linear approach to life does not allow itself to encompass the wider and deeper aspects of human consciousness. Thus, your reality is linear, discovered by the passage of time, the accumulation of activities and memories, and the adoption of certain standards, principles, obligations, goals, dreams which primarily relate to the material life. Given these conditions and situations within present-day human consciousness, it is very difficult indeed for many to shift this consciousness toward spiritual matters. Most are too busy and too engaged in the material world, a world at this time which offers great stimulation and gratification. The multitudes of objects and material possessions, which may be accumulated by those who are committed to the goals of materialism, bring great distraction and focus in such a way that the material dominates and pushes aside the more subtle and more sensitive aspects of human consciousness. Much of you is denied, including those deeper emotions which may facilitate spiritual experiences and openings. Instead, the focus is upon the stream of consciousness that allows the individual to engage in demanding endeavors in such a way that feelings of exhaustion, of emptiness, of lack of fulfillment are prevalent, yet often go unacknowledged. If these uncomfortable feelings arise within the individual, then it is an easy matter for many of you to reach out for some distraction, some stimulation, some drug that will induce a sense of euphoria, so that there is no true connection with the inner self. Thus, life is reduced to a very simple formula. One which can be sustained providing the individual is in good health and does not veer off the prescribed course that society has given all who are practically engaged within the goals and endeavors of society. Thus, the world has created a bland experience that does not create deeper insights and experiences which would truly bring the individual a sense of fulfillment, purpose, and understanding of the deeper aspects of life. There is such similarity of thought, a resonance that encompasses your world and reinforces these behaviors and goals. It is a world that is becoming more monochromatic, its color and diversity slowly becoming less vibrant, less diverse, so that the diversity of culture, thought and ideas, are giving way to the universal perspective of materialism and how the individual may gain in monetary and material ways. So few have detached themselves from this powerful trend. Those that do are often considered out of sync with the world, an oddity, and may even be rejected because of their beliefs and their actions, which are contrary to the common flow of human thought and activity. Little reward comes to those who are humble, seeking to nurture love. Even those who are kind and generous are the oddity rather than commonplace. What you see and experience in your life is controlled by your thoughts, your mind, and your desires. Often your experience is dependent upon that which your mind accepts and interprets through the five senses. Yet as I have said, this is only one portion of who you are and what you are capable of experiencing in your life. Unfortunately, for many, the experiences and sensations of the soul are walled off by the mind and the incessant clutter of a world filled with stimulation and distraction. There are those amongst you who are making great efforts to break down that wall so that you may merge with your soul, doing so through prayer and receiving the great gift of God's love, empowering the soul, strengthening it to the point where it in time will dissolve this barrier between mind and soul. As you continue to grow in soul awareness, so you will come to see the world differently. Your reality changes incrementally as you are changed incrementally by the great gift of divine love. You continue to live in the world, and often your behaviors are not dissimilar to many others in your world, yet there is something growing within you that is revolutionary, that is causing you to shift towards soul consciousness ever so gradually, and often, inconsistently. That shift travels back and forth between soul consciousness and the mind's perspective. Yet as you travel back and forth between these two realities, you are treading a path that in time becomes well-worn and more readily trodden upon. In time, even this path will disappear as the soul and the mind merges into one, thereby contradicting the reality of the material world and bringing to life the reality of the soul in alignment with God. This is a revolutionary act, beloved souls. It is affirming the power of the truth. The truth is that God wishes for humanity to live in harmony with His laws of love, and to explore and open to the great potentials of the soul. God wishes for the reality of the human race to shift toward God consciousness. In this way, the honoring of life, the appreciation of life, the understanding of life will grow exponentially as the soul awakens. Your priorities and goals will change dramatically, and you will no longer feel a part of the human condition, the human reality that is so insistent in your world. You will embrace the reality of God, and in so doing, unleash the great gifts and potentials of your soul. To accomplish this you must put in great effort, for like the salmon running up the stream to that goal that is imperative and insistent, so you run against the tide of humanity. Yet within you is this insistence and persistence to reach your goal, to truly come to know your own soul and come to know God's great soul. It takes great effort indeed, a focus and an openness of both mind and soul, to be guided, uplifted, and reinforced by God's touch and the angels who surround you. Indeed, all of these things of God are with you, those who are sincere, those who have the yearning and have understood the deep yearning of the soul. You will find yourselves bolstered and uplifted and protected through any conditions. The great resistance that is part of the human reality that pushes upon you will be overcome by your faith, strength of both soul and mind, and your great effort to be awakened. A new reality dawns within your soul and shall move forth through you, eventually encompassing your mind. You feel this momentum building within you. You know that this is inevitable, that the great shift of consciousness must come within you. The power of God's love growing, burning bright in your soul, must indicate that you are changing, and that consciousness that is you continues to hear and listen and feel the emerging consciousness of your soul. Joy wells up within as the imperative that God has planted within you, which is to reach at one-ment with Him, is getting closer with each day. A steadiness in your pace is a reflection of this knowing and understanding that you are indeed upon the right course and the right path. God and His angels are showing you the way. Do you not feel a difference in how you perceive the world and perceive your life? Do you not sense the power of your soul continuing to expand, awaken, and release all impurities that inhibit this journey? You are the forerunners of what is to come. As you change your reality and consciousness, so you are affecting the consciousness of the world. Indeed, to some degree, you are infecting the consciousness of the world with love. When we say that we work to push back the barriers of darkness, is it not love that is the antidote to such darkness? When we encourage you to continue to nurture light within you, to seek love divine to pour into you, are you not a living antidote to the darkness? Not only the darkness within you that you have accumulated over a life's worth of experience, but also, you are pushing back the darkness around you, affecting those who are close to you, being examples for those around you. Not only those in the flesh but those in the spirit world as well, for every individual has many spirits who are crowding around seeking the warmth of your light. This too is your work, a work that does not require deep focus and consciousness, but it is an outcome of your efforts and a powerful one. You are helping to change the reality of those in the lower spheres of spirit, those who are your ancestors, those who are drawn. This is important work, but one that comes with your efforts in prayer and in building the light within you. When the reality of the earth is changed toward light and greater harmony, then the reality of the spirit world will also be changed by this event. Many who are in darkness now will be liberated. Many who live in great ignorance and the grayness of the lower spheres will have an opportunity to change and to grow in light through our collective efforts. The earth is a great generator of reality and conditions that affect the spirit world, especially the lower spheres. What you do here reflects towards these spheres. What you think, how you act, the reflection of your earthly life also affects those in these spheres, for they are merely mimicking the reality that has been built upon the earth plane and continue to reinforce this reality, as do you, if you are a part of the great flow of human life. But there are those upon the earthly plane who are lights and can be seen by those in spirit, and so they are drawn because of your condition and light. It exudes a warmth, a quality of healing and peace that is the direct reflection of your soul's progression and light. You are being God's servants in many ways, in many dimensions. God uses you in such a way that your instrumentality is effective and powerful as the touch of God, and our efforts help to reinforce this light and brighten it so that it becomes a powerful beacon in the world. You will grow in this beautiful instrumentality. You will find yourself viewing the world from the perspective of the soul. You will see yourself truly as God's child and God's instrument. This will bring you great joy and fulfillment. Allow your consciousness to change as a reflection of your soul's growth. Absorb the truth of God. Cherish the experiences that God gives to you, the blessings that come to you, the world around you that God has created that is a gift to you as He gives you life. This is the new reality, the new and emerging aspects of yourself, which create a different perspective, different perceptions, different feelings, different capacities for love and expressions of joy. It will come in spurts and starts. The beginnings are always most difficult. Indeed, your minds continue to put up their resistance, their fears. You are stronger than this, beloved souls. You can overcome these obstacles. In so doing, you will find great rewards. We will come ever closer to you, beloveds. We desire this. We desire to incorporate your beautiful being in the great chain of God's service and will, in a full and powerful way. In this strengthening of our rapport, you will find benefits that you did not expect, blessings that will come readily and powerfully. You will know the love of God as a tangible presence around you. You will find us so close that our communications together will be easily accomplished. God's will flow through you like a great river, as a great expression of His love pouring through you, reinforcing this new you, this new perspective, these new outcomes and expressions. Many gifts will emerge and be refined by the power of love. Your perceptions will not only be of the five senses but of the sense of the soul and its many capacities to experience and know life and know God. How wondrous this will be, beloved souls, to have those upon the earth plane who are pure and powerful examples of the truth, and that your abilities and gifts will manifest many things that will uphold humanity and show humanity the way toward the new world, its new reality. Many of you are on the verge of this. You feel a difference and that there is something percolating within you that is powerful. Perceptions are starting to shift. Experiences are beginning to manifest. Gifts are emerging, gifts that will change your life, for when one expresses a God-given gift, it is reflected in all that is your life. Many will be drawn to you because of this, seeing something extraordinary and beautiful that is the manifestation of your soul's abilities and gifts to bring truth, peace, upliftment, healing and love to your fellow man. Little will be left to chance, providing you are in alignment with God. God has a great plan for each of you. God will reveal His plan to each of you and you will walk your path, a path that will be unique and a reflection of your unique being, but will also incorporate many others joining you, hand in hand on this road of service, transformation, of shifting consciousness. You will find your way, beloveds. You are finding your way. You will come to know your true self, and that discovery will be the greatest discovery of your life. It will bring the most wondrous blessings, insights, experiences to each of you. You will truly be accomplished in all the aspects and ways that life may bring that is in harmony with God's laws. You will be strong, clear, loving, empathetic, beautiful, and graceful. Humility will be the key. Humility will bring to you all that you require to do the work that God has set before you. Wisdom will bring to you the guidance and the knowledge necessary to comport yourself in harmony with God's will and plan. Have faith, beloved souls. Have faith in yourself and in the future. Have faith in God's plan and His efforts to realize this plan. Have faith that humanity will make these great shifts and will live upon the earth in harmony with God's creation. Have faith that although there are great challenges in your world, that within you all is well, all is proceeding in accordance to what is meant to be, what God has intended. You will find your way, beloveds. Your world is changing, as are you. Allow these changes to manifest with all their beauty and clarity and magnificence. Have faith in yourself and what you might accomplish. With God's hand upon you and all the blessings that He pours into you and around you, you will continue to grow in love and awaken in truth. This is the law, a law that never changes, a law that insists upon continued progress. So, you are a part of the great flow, the endless journey that is life, a life that is expressed here on the earthly plane and continues on for all eternity as the soul is transformed by God's love. May you come to truly understand your own consciousness and reality and seek to shift those aspects of your own existence that are not in harmony with God's laws of love. Make the efforts and the prayers, the thoughts and the deeds that will bring change within you and around you. Take full advantage of what God provides for you in this journey. Seek the path less taken and know that the road that lies ahead is lit by God and that you are well protected and cared for. God bless you, beloved souls. I am your brother and friend, Jesus, Master of the Celestial Kingdom and your humble servant. God bless you. May His love continue to flow into your souls and awaken you, as it must. God bless you, beloveds. I love you.